There are so many times when people realize they are different. When was the first time you realized?
The first time I realized when I was different when I was little, I was diagnosed with a disease called Evans syndrome, and it impacted me, but not as much as I would think. When I was 9, I went into liver failure, and it sent me to the hospital. The last thing I remember was actually being in the back of an ambulance. And when I woke up, I couldn't even walk. There was these huge blocking machines around me. My vision was so blurry. I was scared. Everything went back to normal from there. But not really. I went to school, and I was acting all normal. All these people were like asking me all these insensitive questions, like, "What's wrong with you? Why were you out?" And it really hurt me. I didn't understand why they didn't understand what was wrong with me, but I guess I can see from their side. But that really impacted me. It's made me who I am today.
So the first time I realized my identity could be used as a weapon was in 8th grade when this girl called me a Nazi for being German. I had to go to a teacher for help and I didn't understand how to deal with it. After a while, the teachers figured out how to solve the problem, and at the end of it, I realized that my identity can be used as a weapon, but also I can be very prideful about it.
When I first realized I was being racially categorized, it's not something that affected me personally. It affected my parents because they thought it was on a whole different level. They thought it was completely different than what I thought. I thought it was, somebody assuming that I was this. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. But for my mom, they thought it was people trying to call me out and trying to offend me for who they thought I was, calling me mixed or Latino. It really hit me hard because later when they get to know me and find out who I really am and what I really do, they never say sorry.
The first time I realized I was capable of anything was back in kindergarten. My mom really never signed me up for football every time I asked. I think it was because I was too skinny and she didn't want me to get hurt. But as I grew up, me and my friends, we started going to the playground. But one day we were at the playground and there was a football team there called the West Philly Panthers. They were in a league called Pop Warner. The coach came over to us and gave us an application to be on the team. I took it to my mom. She signed it, but when I went back to the coach, he said there was no more room on the roster. So he sent me to a team called the Parkside Saints. So our first day of full-on contact, there was this big guy in the backfield, running back, and he came to my side. So I pounded him. Everyone was scared to tackle him. After that, I knew that I was capable of anything.
To come out here and tell those stories are just amazing. So I want to thank all of these guys for contributing on this project, because without them, this wouldn't be a project. Now, look, I know people, may say they are different, but in reality, we are not. We're all the same, created equal. Something that I can do, everybody else can do, if you just put your mind to it.